Hello, everybody. We're live right now. Hello, everybody. We're live right now on the Spiritual Seeker Aspirant Victim page where we are going through the Jed Mckenna Spiritual Enlightenment book. So it's a Sunday, and I was out of town last week. So my son Asher and my wife Jenny did the videos. And I just wanted to come here and check in with you and say hello and let you know how progress is going. So the journey is one of shedding layers. And we've talked about this before. We're going to continue to talk about it. And now we're going to make it a little personal. So for me, there's this self-identification piece of who I am, who I think I am. I am Jason. So let's just stop right there and think about that. I am Jason. And so what is Jason? So first of all, let's use my name. My parents gave me that name. And it's an English language term, Jason, syllables. So it's just a name. It's just a name. And yet I so self-identify with it. Have you ever known someone who changed their name? My first wife, she was called Mandy all of her life, and she changed it. My daughter, her name was Amethyst. That's her full name. And then we called her Amy growing up. And at a certain stage, she said, I do not want to be Amy anymore. I'm not Amy anymore. I'm Amethyst. Now, there's nothing wrong with any of that, but we're starting to loosen the holds on us. And so I'm just bringing up this Jason name for you and for me as a tool to start to think looser about yourself. I am Jason. Well, who the fuck is Jason? Right? That's bullshit. It's a name my parents gave me. Wow. Do you see that? I am really sovereign here, right? Wouldn't it be cool if at some point in life, maybe around 10 or 12, we all decided to grow up and we got to choose our own names? But you're kind of saddled with this, I am saddled with that name, my social security number, and the identification of who I am with that. Like, shit, dude, shit, bro, you're Jason. And what if I'm not Jason? And the truth is I'm not. It's just a name someone else fucking gave me. It's meaningless. Which leads to the black hole that I'm meaningless. Of course I am. I'm a figment, of God's imagination. But let's start with that name, the name Jason. So what's your name? Say it out loud. Is that who you are? So there's you, there's the name, and then I want you to consider the attachment you have to that name. So Jason person, his name, Jason out here in space, me, Jason name, and the attachment between it. I'm attached to this Jason character. Walks around with me like this. My name, I'm Jason. I am Jason, the attachment. And as you're doing this, the process to look for is the emotions, the emotional attachment to that name. There'll be emotion attached to it. Who's Jason? Well, that's me. Oh my God, that's me. Or that's me. I hate myself. Or I love myself. It's this emotion. There's just you, and then there's your name, neither of which are true. And then there's the emotional attachment. And what this game is all about, what we're mapping out for you, for us, is to loosen all of that so that you experience a freedom through life. And that is going from the segregated stage to the open stage, the integrated state. Now, here's the interesting piece. There's two paths to get there. The first is the path of practice, where you would practice in meditation every day, watching it dissolve, watching it dissolve, watching it dissolve. The Eastern religions, the meditative religions, will isolate themselves, put themselves in caves and spend 40 years on the cushion. The cushion, it dissolves, it dissolves. And then people come in and yell at them, and they're like, I can't handle it. And then they go back to the cave and then it dissolves. It's the path of practice. The other path is the path of destruction. And this is the path that our good friend, hey Jed, I'm glad to know that you're listening, that our good friend Jedediah advocates. I know, Jed, you just said, fuck you, Jason, fuck you. I don't advocate anything. Well, he is laying out a possible path to consider, i.e. destruction, which is to light the fire under those attachments, to go hunting for them, to pray for them, to develop a singularity of monomania, of focus, of purity of intent, heart and mind. Destroy the enclosing thing, the attaching thing. Because what develops is you're like, this attachment to this Jason is slowing you down. So it's less effective in the world. You're dreaming, you have a life, but this I'm Jason is slowing you down. And once you start to see that, you can go, fuck that shit. And you generate some heat because you see that's slowing you down to get what you really want in life. Of course, as you start to look at these false attachments, something interesting happens. At least it has for me. And if it has for you, I'd love to hear your comments right now down below. And I mean, I don't care if you're listening to this 10 years later after I filmed it. Go down. You start to see the attachments. You start to hate them. And a violent, fiery fucking rage burns up for a little while. And then it kind of fades away and you're okay with the lies. But you start to see that you're made of these fake ass lying bitch fucking attachments. Bitch. I'm Jason, this attachment. And you're like, who the fuck put that there? That's not me. First of all, Jason is a name that my parents gave me. So fuck you. And then I'm emotionally attached to it. Fuck that. And you burn hot for a while. And then you fade back into the coma. And you're like, oh, I'm Jason. Unless you've crossed the line and gone into the event horizon and down into the fucking black hole of no self, which would be the path Jed talks about, the first step in spiritual enlightenment. This, of course, is the path of destruction, not the path of practice. If you want to do the path of practice, which Jed says doesn't work, other people do say it works, then you want to get yourself a cushion, a cave, and a monastery, and we'll see you in 40 years. Not joking, like it's going to take work. This is work too, but this is like work by nuclear bomb. Wouldn't that be interesting if I want to lay out an idea. So if you were standing like on an island in the Bikini Islands out in the South Pacific, and you were there with let's just say a small size atom bomb so you don't do too much environmental damage. Let's be environmentally conscious, shall we? And you're like, okay, I'm sitting. It's just you alone on this little cave, this little atoll. It's just you. No one's around. And you just have a bomb, you standing on the beach. And maybe you take your clothes off. You're completely naked, right? And you just come up to the thing and you go, if I hit this button, it will detonate the nuclear bomb and that will blow you away. But what if you sat there with this idea and you went, let's find out what's left of me after I kill my body. Like if there is something true of you or me, then there should be something left after I detonate a nuclear bomb around my body. I mean, at the least you're going to find out, right? You can take all the stories about your body being sacred and God gave you a temple and take care of it. And, it's like, yeah, sure, God, fuck off. Let's find the truth. Who am I? I can't imagine a singular better way than finding out who you are, than getting to the atoll and pushing the fucking button and blasting your naked ass body into just atoms. In fact, I think there's a mushroom cloud on the cover of the third book, Spiritual Warfare. Interesting. Just your body wouldn't just be like a little corpse. It wouldn't be turned to ash like you've been cremated. It would be vaporized. Every atom. And it would be really curious. Like, I'd be curious, like, what would be left of me? Well, certainly Jason would be gone to start this conversation, but what would be left with me after that? Like, would there be a spirit hovering, going, whoa, dude, you just smoked your body? Would the spirit run home and look at its kids and say, hey, I'm dead, I fucked that up? Would there be a tunnel of light? Would you go to heaven? Would you go to hell? Would there be nothing? I have often thought of something. I used to read near-death experience books when I was younger, and they gave me a lot of comfort that there's love and God and Jesus afterwards. And now that I've been 10-year slicing the skin off my body and finding out what's true, like, if I showed up, if I die, when I die, if I like come to as a spirit and like I see a God figure, I'm going to go like, dude, we need to sit and talk Jed Mckenna. We need to sit and talk truth. Because consciousness is the only thing that's true. So that means this conversation between Jesus and you and me is just not true. So we're still in the matrix if that's happening. And have that conversation with a higher being who's smarter than I am. You know, maybe that things like that do still exist in the dream. But wouldn't that be interesting? You push that button and you're going to find out real quick what you are without your body. Who are you without your name? We started there. Who are you without your body? Who are you? What are you? Are you anything? At least you'd know the truth, right? I mean, if you were nothing, you'd go, at least that I know I'm nothing. But if I was something, you'd know that too. Unless that something spirit was still in the dream. Because you still have to have the conversation with the God. You know, the gods who drew you as a little Wile E. Coyote figure scampering around chasing a bird. That's kind of your life. That's my life. I'm Wile E. Coyote. God drew me in a little cartoon world, and I chase after the things I want. I want to have sex. I want to have money. I want to do this. I want to love my kids. It's like, oh, someone gave me all those thoughts. Like, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Okay. Giving you enough thoughts. Go down below, type them, do videos, talk about this, process, start writing. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? What's your name? And start there. Pull the name. Am I really my name? Let's see. My parents gave me my name. Did I choose my own name? No, you didn't. Yada, yada, yada. Just start pulling it apart. Find out who you really are. And if you want a meditation, picture yourself on the Bikini Islands of the atolls, pushing the button, going, see what's left. Would you be left? Would you? I don't know. Let's find out.